How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Gorgeous day. As always, every day is a gorgeous day. Even when it's raining and snowing, it's still a good day to ride a bike. Let's get into it. So, what if I told you that one of the biggest things in your life that could be preventing you from finding happiness is your network, the people who you choose to associate with? We always talk about, here are all the things that you can do. Here are all the things that you are doing that are in your control, that are perhaps your fault or your problem, that you need to do in order to get your life in a place that you find a lot more happiness. We talk about figure your fitness out. You know what? Develop a stronger mindset. Start eating a little bit healthier. Start your own business. Here's how to budget your time to make your life better. But we haven't really talked a ton about the people that you choose to associate with are also a big predictor of your success in life. And I know this term success is a very nebulous one, and I think a lot of times when we talk about success in the modern day, people are always like making a shit ton of money, having a high-paying job and that fancy car and that fancy house, and everybody's jealous of you. And I don't really think that that's a good definition of success. Now, is it part of it? Yeah, sure, absolutely. However, it's clearly focusing solely on money and status and position titles. It's unfulfilling ultimately. We talked about it in the last video that the group of people who commit suicide the most in America are wealthy men. You know, they have the money, they have the position title, so why do they feel so unsuccessful and feel so hopeless that they choose to end their life? So that already to me shows that, you know, focusing solely on position title and the amount of money that you make alone isn't enough. So what is it then that ultimately can bring happiness? What is this most important factor then? I would argue that it's actually the relationships that you have in your life. But the relationships are also a double-edged sword. And while I'm sitting there saying that here's all the things that are in your control that you need to figure out so that you can find success in your life, and again, success is a multifaceted thing, and while relationships are the most important, obviously money is nice, status is nice, purpose is very important, your physical fitness and your mental health, all important. So to find success in your life, you know, and all these things that you need to do to get this multifaceted idea of success, and now I'm telling you, well, here's something that other people involved in your life contribute to your success. Yes, I am saying that. However, you do get to control who is in your life and who your network is. Sure, you may not be able to choose who your family is. You don't always get to choose who your coworkers are. However, you do get to choose who your spouse is. You do get to choose who your friends are. And ultimately, you do actually get to control who the people you spend the most time with are. Once you are an adult, and this is why being an adult is awesome, because as a kid, you have to rely on people for everything, and you don't really have a whole lot of say or control over anything in your life. When you're an adult, you get to choose whatever the hell you want. And there is a sense of responsibility there that you make bad choices, you make the wrong choices, you will pay for those. But if you make the right decisions, if you make smart decisions, you can build a life that is unparalleled to anything else that you could have ever imagined. Now, since as an adult, you get to choose who your network is, despite the fact that your network is a contributing factor to your level of success in your life, that doesn't mean that it isn't your responsibility and that it isn't within your control. You get to choose who your network is. You get to choose who you interact with, who you bring into your life, who you allow into your life. These are things that are up to you. And if you don't think that there are bad influences in your life, you are mistaken, my friend. Okay, so we've all heard the phrase, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And there's a lot of truth to that. Now look, I'm not saying that if you want to be an entrepreneur that you can't hang out with your family if they don't want to be an entrepreneur. That's crazy. But if you want to be a person who gets in shape, but you're spending all of your time with people who mock you when you try to get fit, who mock you and try to pull you back down to their level instead of trying to support you leveling up to your 2.0 self, then you're in trouble. Especially if you aren't interested in being a leader. So there's a few different ways you can go about it. The first is you can say, all right, well, who do I want to be in life? I'm going to find everybody who I can who is that, and I'm only going to associate with them from now on. And that's an option. I don't know if it's the best option, but it's certainly not the worst option. However, there's also a good chance that you're then neglecting people who helped you get to the point that you're at now. Another strategy, and I would argue that this is the better strategy, is to focus on associating with people who are a mix of who you want to be, who you aspire to be like, and find people who, even if they don't want to be exactly what you are trying to become, are supportive of your effort to become who you want to be, and are supportive of your effort to become the 2.0 version of yourself, who aren't going to try to hold you down when you say, hey, you know what, I appreciate the offer, but I can't hang out tonight because I got to work. You know, I appreciate the offer to go out for wings every Thursday, but I'm gonna have to stop because I have to work out or I gotta eat healthier. Hey, you know what, I appreciate the offer to drink, but you know, I'm slowing down my drinking right now. You know, if the people who are like, hey, you know what, I'm still gonna go out for wings every Thursday, but hey, you know what, I support you, man. If you're getting fit, if you're getting healthier, if you're starting a business, hey man, like, let's catch up in a week or two. Let me know how it goes. Is there anything I can do to help you out? Those are good people to keep in your corner. The people to not keep in your corner, the people who are not your friends, are the people who mock you for that and say, you'll never make it. Just shut up and come on, let's go get the beer. They're not your friends. They're just looking for people to keep at the same level that they are at rather than leveling up to their better version of themselves. Now, as I say that, you also have to be careful about who you associate with, because if you're choosing to associate with people who are at a level that you want to get at, but they constantly mock and ridicule you for being where you're at and discourage you from stepping up, they're no better. They're people who they reached what they want, and they want to keep you down because they see you as a threat. Now, look, I'm not going to say it's the healthiest strategy or the healthiest thing to do, but one thing you could consider is to use those types of folks as motivation to reach your goal, so that that threat that they feel from you, that threat that they think, well, if they get successful, that takes away from me. Yeah, take it away from them. Knock them down a peg. And then you know what you do? That ultimate revenge, you bring as many people up there with you as you can, because if they see it as they get less of the pie, that they don't even get one fucking spoonful. Now, as you know, as you are also helping other people come up, that's not the case. You still have all of the pie that you want. You're just helping other people get their own pie too. Again, I'm not going to say that that's the healthiest thing or that you should necessarily do that. Just saying it's an option. Now, the people that you really, really, really want in your corner, and these are the relationships that you want to build and you want to keep. You want people who maybe their goals aren't the same as yours, but they're working just as hard as you to reach their 2.0 version of themselves as well. People like that, they understand. They're in that struggle with you in that moment. Their struggles might be different, but they're going to be similar. They're going to know what that feels like viscerally in that moment. You're going to be able to bounce ideas off each other in real time. Hey, I tried this didn't work. Hey, I tried this did work. Oh, hey, how about what if we modified it to do this? And you keep working with each other because you're going to get to 2.0. And one of you might get there faster. Don't be the person that pulls that ladder up behind them. Keep helping them up. Be like, hey guys, this is what my final step was. Here we go. And then you can be that coach when they finally hit 2.0. If they hit it a couple months after, you be like, all right, man, here's what I've been doing to maintain this. Constantly growing, but here's what I'm doing right now to keep pushing to maintain 2.0, not to slide back to 1.0. Now, here's the real kicker. A lot of people in this world are not interested in becoming the 2.0 version of themselves. They're also not interested or willing to support people who are trying to. Most people want to keep people down where they're at because it's easier to try tearing you down than it is to build themselves up. So you have to be on your guard. So again, guys, your network matters to your success. And success is multifaceted. You want a fulfilling life, and that fulfilling life comes from good relationships, having good standing and status among your peers and your community. It comes from a fulfilling career and giving back to others, having that purpose, having sound physical and mental health, embracing a spiritual component in life, which I believe contributes to our mental health and our purpose. And again, money really helps that. It's not everything though. But the most important of all of these things, by far, are those relationships. However, not just any relationship is what is fulfilling. Good relationships are what's fulfilling. Surround yourself with people who do not want to support you in any of your goals. Well, not exactly going to have super fulfilling relationships. So your network matters, and your network is your responsibility. Anyways, folks, that's all that I have for today. Thank you very much, as always, for taking the time to listen. And until next time, have a great day.